So
Just
far,
permit me to just interject there. What fresh
go ahead.
issues does this judgment, the Supreme Court judgment and development exposes to Nigeria's judiciary and indeed INEC?
Please come again, because there's a lot of noise.
Yes, I'm just asking you that what fresh issues do you suppose this judgment has exposed for Nigeria's judiciary system and indeed INEC?
Well, let me look at it from two angles. First is from the standpoint of the position of the Supreme Court. It is trite, and we're all, as lawyers, bound to know that the Supreme Court hardly ever intervenes once on facts, once there are concurrent decisions of the lower court, from the tribunal, from the Court of Appeal. But we have seen instances in which, to rescue and salvage the situation, Supreme Courts have nearly had to intervene on, concurrent findings of the lower court. Now, as regards that, it is very, very, it sends a signal, and a very distinct signal, one that raises concern within the legal circle, that it is likely going to introduce some measure of uncertainty. It is also likely going to cause some deep concern regarding the settlement of those principles of law in which the lower courts have clearly adjudicated on. That is on the one side. The other is to say that we have come a long way, and it is work in progress. If you recall, from 1999, when we returned to civil rule, up to this moment, we have had amendments of the Electoral Act. Those amendments are, clear demonstrations of the lessons that have learned in the process of our democratization, as well as the need to effect reforms to meet the exigency of the exercise we're embarking on. And so, if you watched the Amechi's case, for instance, the Amechi's case in Rivers State was what gave rise to Section 141 of the Electoral Act 2010, namely that no person shall be declared the winner of an election except he participated in all the processes leading up to the election. This was not what happened with respect to Amechi. Amechi did not participate in all the processes, yet he was declared the winner of Rivers State. Now, that particular session has also been taken care of, but the point is clear that the reforms that we have had over the time is a reflection and a response to the implementation of the electoral, of the legal regimes that we've had so far. From 2006, we had the Electoral Act amended. In 2011,
Malachi, permit me to interject. Permit me to just interject there. I must ask you this question just before we let you go. One major issue that has always been a front burner is that of the card reader. That, of course, was used before these elections, and then the judgments that have come after that. Do you suppose that INEC has what it takes, looking forward now to other elections? We're expecting the Edo State elections to come through any time from now. Has the card reader really worked? Well,
this is perhaps the point I was making with respect to the penultimate question that you asked, namely that the Supreme Court decisions have introduced some measure of controversy, because if you juxtapose what happened with the case of Agbaje in Lagos and that of Akwa Ibom in Akwa Ibom State, you will see that it doesn't seem to be a clear-cut position at the moment regarding the use of the card reader. But the question would be, what is now desirable for Nigeria? And that would be the position of INEC. I mean, we cannot continue to remain in the past in respect of such a sensitive exercise like elections. the whole idea of the introduction of the card reader was a response to the manipulation of the electoral processes in the past, where it was almost completely easy for manipulators and violators of the Electoral Act to circumvent the entire process without being caught. The introduction of the card reader were clearly to deal with some of the very easy ways by which the politicians manipulated the process.
Well, okay, Ogumado, I'm afraid that's where we're going to have to leave it. I want to thank you so much indeed for your time and your thoughts on this subject. Don't forget that you can tweet also and be part of the show. Tweeted _Gimba Umar and use the hashtag State of the Nation. And when State of the Nation returns, it's a scourge that has been seen to slowly multiply. Lassa fever is discovered in Ogun State. The Commissioner of Health joins me shortly after this break. Stay with us.